Here with John Gordon, head coach at St. Christopher's School in Richmond, Virginia. Before that, known for building the program at Wyoming Seminary up in Pennsylvania. But you're one of the high school coaches here at the NWCA convention. You represent the National Preps on the board of directors. What's it been like for you to be involved in the NWCA and have that position and be the liaison in a lot of ways for high school wrestling?
It's been really fantastic. I mean, this has been the first year I've been more active with this kind of organization in addition to my coaching responsibilities, and I was curious about how they interfaced. And for me, for one thing, being down at this convention has been fantastic, and some of the things that come to mind right away. One, by sitting in on a board meeting on Thursday, I had an opportunity to listen to college coaches, USA Wrestling people, and high school leaders talk about the issues that wrestling faces today, how they face all levels of coaches involved with the sport, and trying to look out 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, some of the things that we need to manage to cater to the health and growth of the sport of wrestling. So from the standpoint of getting more insight about what some of the leaders in the sport are talking about, and what our important topics are, this has been very enlightening in that respect. You know, it also, most of the college coaches in the country are here right now. I think it creates an opportunity for high school coaches to network with members of the college coaching community, not only to learn about things that are happening in the sport at their level, but also to try and open the door for opportunities, develop relationships that could be helpful in placing our high school athletes when they think about college level wrestling, and so I think that networking opportunity is big. The other thing, there are sessions that are playing out down here throughout the course of the day and the evening that are helpful from a professional development standpoint, whether it's thinking about things like skill building, good coaching practice, hiring practices. So, I mean, the list is long, and the opportunities, I think, to grow as a professional. And when I say that, I think youth coaches, middle school coaches, high school coaches, college coaches all need to view this thing that we do as a profession. We're working with young guys, and in order to think about ourselves as professionals, we need to put ourselves in situations where we can open our minds and continue to grow and have a growth-oriented mindset. And I think being down here allows me to do that. So, glad I'm here, and I already look forward to going home and trying to put into play some of the things that I've learned since I've been here.
A lot of focus here is the college coaches' involvement, but there's a big scholastic element to it. What have you learned from some of these sessions, other than obviously the skill building and CO things? But we'll get some technique sessions coming up soon. But from the high school side and the scholastic side, what are the most important things you've picked up here?
Yeah, I think we've talked about the idea there are only so many ways you can teach a single leg or a double leg. And I think that while many people might say, you go down and you go to a clinic and you learn more technique, the reality is the administrative side of this sport, the practice planning side of this sport, the management and leadership aspects of trying to build a program. What does it mean to build a program, not just a team? And what are the ingredients that go into program development and making a program sustainable? It's while some might say it's not rocket science, there are clearly some great models out there, and by being at a convention like this, we have an opportunity to listen to some guys who have done it really well. And I think that in my opinion, there's not one model that you can just take as a cookie cutter concept and bring it home. Listening to 3 or 4 or 5 different coaches talk about how they did it, trying to pick the best features of what they did that match what I'm trying to do and put it into play is a big deal. So I think what I would say is I try and think a lot about organizational management, organizational leadership, sustainable programs, and all the things that go into that. And this is a kind of a situation where I have an opportunity as a kind of a junkie for that stuff, to be quite honest, to learn and take some things home and try to hopefully make some good things happen, in this case with the St. Christopher's program. But I'm interested in sharing that with other high school coaches, with other guys right now in the Virginia Prep League, and you know, as I started out, I think this idea of trying to work in service to the sport of wrestling for those of us who go to these things, and I know that one of my missions this year will be to go home and sing the praises of this convention, try and get more of the guys in the high school network and in the prep network down here. We need to be ambassadors for the sport. We need to be guys that view what we do as service not only to the student athletes but to the sport in general. This is a vehicle for getting that done. So for me, this has been very inspirational and enlightening, and you know, hope the next 24 hours don't pass too quickly, because I'm enjoying my time here and I'm learning a lot.